before coming here to El Salvador, we try to prepare by reading and thinking about what's going on here now. But once you come and you meet the people here, and they're just super friendly, and you begin to see some of the hope that they have, and it begins to inspire you. It did inspire me while we were here, and our students too. I think everybody in our group has appreciated that.
Tia Ana and her kids and her story, just incredible. How her difficult upbringing, just what she learned from that, how God has worked in her. And those kids are beautiful kids, and they truly have been blessed by Tia Ana and the support that they've received.
Well, I know Tia Ana for 14 years already, and she told me her story many times. So I know that she was sexually abused since she was 5 years old. She was molesting for a while for people in her own family, until one day her dad found that out, and so her family decided that the best thing to do is put her on the streets. When this happened, she was 7 years old when they put her on the street, and so she didn't know what to do. And so she just walked and cried, and until somebody offered to take her somewhere, then the lady will take care of her. And there were a lot of girls, and she found out that they were working as a prostitute at that place for this woman. So she started to work, eventually being in the house, so that was the only way that she could have food and a place to stay and have clothes or whatever she needs. What happened is that she was basically sometimes in the street, and then she has to go back to places like where she used to be before and work as a prostitute. And that's how she grows up, like being sometimes in the street, sometimes working for somebody. Because she can tell you that they start to make some money. She started to get her own stuff, like a motorcycle. She made a list of stuff that she was getting, and eventually she got her own apartment where she could live, and so she was happy because it seems like it started getting better in life for her. And so when she got her apartment, she moved into this place, and that same day then she moves in, a lady knocked the door and introduced herself with Tia Ana and told her, "My name is Gladys, I'm your neighbor next door, and so I want to be there for you. Whatever you need, just knock my door, let me know if it's something that I can do for you." But because the life has been so hard for Tia Ana, she said that she cannot trust this lady's intention. She cannot understand why she's offering help for no reason. And she always told Tia Ana that the reason why she did this is because she knew God loves Tia Ana and God has plans for her. And Gladys told her that if it's possible, she want to be part of those plans from God in Tia Ana's life. So she did. She really helped her all the time. All what Tia Ana needed, she was always there. Oh, something else that Tia Ana can tell is that when she was about to turn 25 years old, Gladys invited her to go to church, that the church want to celebrate Tia Ana's birthday. And so Tia Ana didn't like the idea, but she did accept to go and be with them. And she said that it's not like it was a big celebration. They had some balloon stuff, but it was a normal service at church. It was just a service, and so that day when Tia Ana got saved, she became a believer. And so what happened next is that the church offered that she doesn't need to go back to the apartment where she used to live, and she doesn't need to keep going with the life that she had at that point. That they have a room back in the church, in the back side of the church, she can move in there. So she did. She moved to live in that room at the church. And she said that she was there for almost 2 years. But every day since the day that she moved in, she always have ladies from church, at least one lady from church, praying for her, praying with her, reading the Bible for Tia Ana. They will bring food, they will talk to her, they will listen, they will help her. And she started to tell her story and share with the people how her life has been changing. But the people see that the prostitute that she talked to, they didn't care. Really, they didn't care what she was sharing with them. And when she got an answer from these people was, okay, you wanna help me? Why don't you take my kid with you so I can work? God showed her that is the ministry that He had for her. And she's doing this for more than 30 years. And she said that probably she has around 90 kids through the time living with her in her house.
Hang out with Tiana's family and her kids, and like that little boy I was playing with, they kept wanting me to pick him up and shoot him around like he was a shotgun, or like Marco, who's just in love with the camera, and Ricardo, who just loved playing soccer. He's good at it. He's just anything soccer. I mean, I really feel like, and like the way Tiana opened up for us is really cool, because it seemed like, you know, you're just there, you're part of the family. We got to eat with them and hang out with them. It's pretty great.
Tia Ana was in a place that she'd been there 7 years, but it was slowly getting worse and worse with the gangs. The gangs were starting to approach the kids, and you know, coming in and out of schools. They recruit outside the public schools, and so we had a couple kids actually had to leave the country several years ago because the gangs were not leaving them alone. And so moving out here, you never know if you're 100% safe. But you're way safer here than she was in San Salvador, in Mexicanos, where she was. The gangs were really taking over the area. There was gunshots all the time. Kids were getting bothered by the gangs on the way home. And the building project started with Tia Ana. Needing a house. She's been renting a house for over 30 years. We've had people paying, you know, donating money and paying for her, but she hasn't had a place that's her own. We've had a lot of problems with different places she's rented, and one church offered to donate money to start building the project, so we did that. We looked and we found this property here. So altogether we have 4 phases. 3 phases directly relate to Tia Ana, but 4 phases altogether in El Salvador. The first phase is this property that you see behind us. That's Tia Ana's house. We're building a big house, but it's all on one floor because she's getting older and she has bad knees, so we're working on that. We're in the process right now of doing some of the inner walls, but we still need a lot more to do. Phase 2 is the farm behind the property, in the back of the property. We have a couple of acres. We can put about 480 cocoa trees there. There's also an option for putting in chicken coops. And the idea is to build sustainability for Tia Ana so that she can generate income, help the kids learn how to work, not just a farm or a plantation type of thing, but to learn how to take it to market as well. So give them a skill that they can use going forward. And phase 3 of the project is building a transition house for Tia Ana. Tia Ana does a great job with the kids, keeping them alive, giving them love and protecting them, but she doesn't really know how to prepare them for the future, for their future as adults. So the phase 3, the transition house, is to take the kids from here when they graduate high school, move them into another house back in San Salvador, and teach them how to fend for themselves, cook for themselves, clean for themselves, be responsible, get up and go to school, you know, do their homework, and just prepare them for, we want to send them to either university or trade school, depending on what path they're looking to take, and just help them to do that. And we'll have a couple adults living there that Tia Ana knows and respects to oversee that part of the plan.
The first time I came to El Salvador was last June, and I didn't know what to expect. I've never been out of the country at that point. I'd never flown on a plane, so I really just kind of went into it just ready to hit the ground running. I knew God was telling me to come here, and I needed to come, and it didn't matter how scary it was. And we did a lot of cultural, I guess, tours, you could call them. We visited a lot of monuments, learned the history of the country, learned the history of the Civil War, and that really is what, that coupled with Tia Ana and her kids is what made me want to come back. Just because learning of the history of this country just gave me a heart for Salvadorans. Getting to work and do God's work and see how He's working through people in this country, and it's just an awesome experience to see how faithful everyone is here, and it's inspiring.
We were all talking about we don't feel like we've done anything because we hadn't built anything. But then we kept talking, and the conversation turned to where we realized that what we were building was relationships and the importance of that, and hoping to keep laying that groundwork for the future ministries here, the people that are going to be here long after we leave.
Salim and I we feel blessed and obligated to help Tia Ana. We feel like she's an amazing woman. Everything that's going on here, we just feel like is God put it here, and we need to be faithful and try and get it done so that she can move into a house that she's deserved for many years.
I would love to have the obedience of Tia Ana. Just the way she has followed God's calling for her life, the faith that she has that He's going to provide for her and all of those kids, regardless if she's got 40 kids in that house or 10 kids in that house. She doesn't worry about anything, and I would be just freaking out. How am I going to feed all these children? How am I going to do it? She's just an inspiring person, and I don't know, I just hope to have her level of obedience in my life.
Sí, yo me siento muy bien. Dios me preparó a lo largo del tiempo. Y siento pues de que yo me siento bien. Me siento bien con lo que hago, me gusta. Y es lo que Dios ha puesto en mis manos.